If you are a scammer and you want phone services, simply hop on over to IQTelecom.net and these guys will set you up with what you need to run your scam, as the following video presentation demonstrates.
Hello, I am the Scammer Blaster, and I'm going to break your phone system.
I'll trace you, and I'll kill you,
Okay, before we get started here, I just want to give credit to the guy who made all this possible for me. It's a guy on my team. He goes by the name of Redacted for Privacy. Even though he's got a goofy name, the work that he does for myself and the team is anything but goofy. What he does is he infiltrates various groups on WhatsApp and on Telegram, scammer groups, such as this one that's known as USA Pop-Up Calls. It's got 3,595 members. They're all scammers. Every one of these people are scammers. They trade information with each other about email blasting, such as this scumbag scammer down here, selling Gmail accounts, and there's just a lot of information. We just sit back, we silently observe, sharing information, how to get phone services, how to develop websites, how to get calls, how to make calls. All this stuff is within these scam groups. And one of the things that Redacted for Privacy does is he interacts with these boneheads, and he gets information about them. And then once we have specific details about them, we can go after them. Well, one day he saw this posting by Rick Jones promoting toll-free DID numbers, forwarding portals, all kinds of stuff that their little scam Telcom is offering to scammers within a scam group. He identifies his telecom as IQ Telecom, a VoIP service provider. He even lists his phone number, which is right here, that 888-899-4471. That's the same number that appears on IQTelecom.net, the official website for IQ Telecom. So the guy on my team, Redacted for Privacy, interacted with this Rick Jones and asked him basically for phone services, see what he would offer with regards to getting some phone services from him. And so we can get a little bit further information from this Rick Jones here, because in the private interactions with Rick Jones, he actually discloses his website, IQTelecom.net. So at this point, Redacted for Privacy gives me the information, and now here's where things get very noteworthy. I decided that I personally would reach out to this Rick Jones guy on Skype, offering VoIP, TFN, DID, dialer, IVR, SIP termination. Hello, Rick, this aside, which is like fingers on a chalkboard to any American who interacts with scammers. You hear this all the time. Rick, this aside from IQ Telecom, LLC, how do I assist you today? I can almost hear the words as I read them. So I engage him right away. I just hit him straight off. We're Social Security Administration, telling people about their Social Security numbers about to expire. We need services for 50 agents. And okay, so far so good. Sir, we are not providing for SSN. All right, good. Okay, but I have Microsoft pop-up also. Oh, here we go. For that we can provide, but not for the SSN. They'll block us if we're using it for Social Security Administration scams. And so I assure him that we're only using it as a Microsoft call center only, and to inform people that their securities are expired. Now, at this point, he should know this is an outright scam. Microsoft never reaches out to people, tells them that their security is expired. So he mentions he's got an IVR blasting. And so I just hit him straight on. We generate pop-ups on porn websites, which is what a lot of scammers do. Generate the pop-ups on porn websites, informing the site visitor that computer security is compromised. Here we go. This was his opportunity to say, no, we cannot support such an arrangement. That's definitely a scam, which it is. Anybody in the telecommunications business would know. This is not an assumption. This is outright fact. So at this point, he gives me prices. I confirm your website is IQTelecom.net. And he says, yes, sir, it is IQTelecom.net. Little scammers. Okay, ask him, do I sign up with you or on the website? And here from this point forward, and you can pause the video at any point if you really want to read this, but it's just a bunch of salesman type stuff, letting me know that he can supply us with services. I even mentioned block calls from Bob RTC, scammer.info, Scammer Blaster, which is me. Is it going to block my calls? They can't assure, because it's just not possible. It's just not possible for them to assure anyone that they would be able to block calls from my group or any other group for that matter. Okay, to assure him that there's no SSN. I ask if we can set up a test account today. And he sets me up. He does so. He sets me up with a portal. He assures me that there's a support team 24/7 to help us. And again, feel free to pause this. I'm just kind of skimming over, getting to the main stuff. He sets up my account details. So pbx.forwardingmycalls.net gives me the login ID, the password for this. Give him AnyDesk credentials to do some training with me and my team. All the while, he does not know he's talking to me, Scammer Blaster. Although if he actually looked at my profile on on Skype, he would know, oh, wait a minute, I'm talking to Scammer Blaster. Okay, so I'll just kind of scroll through this. If you want to read this, feel free to do so. You see, redacted for privacy. The guy who originally reached out to them had a similar discussion. And I'm going to show this to you as well here in a moment. I pretend to have problems with the AnyDesk. That's it for this part of the recording. Let me show you a few other things that furnishes evidence that this is actually a scam telecom. So in this discussion, redacted for privacy is now talking to IQ Telecom, and he asks him about blue screen of death call providing. And so, for which process do you need TFN? And he just outright says, I mean, we're not even sugarcoating anything. We're not trying to speak in terminologies that are just vague or generalized. We're just hitting them right up front. Microsoft technical support, blue screen of death calls. Well, this is a good chance for IQ Telecom to be like, whoa, 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 hold on. No, we don't get involved. This doesn't seem right. This is a scam. Instead, the question is, how many TFN do you need? 2? Is this genuine process or other process? Oh, yeah, sure, genuine. We'll just go ahead and say genuine. So he asks, how can I get the toll-free numbers? Okay, so at this point, wire transfer details. So payment needs to be rendered. The account name, this is the account information for wiring money to IQ Telecom, the scam telecom account. And of course, there's the prices, some of the details regarding the payment. And this video finalizes basically with them asking about the payment and wondering where the payment is. Obviously, we didn't send any payment, and that might come at a later time where we actually do send payment so that we can get a firm understanding on who they're using for their trunk services. One thing I do know is they are using Envoy and Telequent. That's maybe their only trunk line. They could be getting trunk lines from them or also from other telecoms as well. But I hope you like this video. We're just here to expose this telecom for doing some very, very bad activities. And as you know, there's, like I said in the video regarding NM Communications, there's nothing worse than a scammer except a company that provides services to scammers, such as a phone company. All right, thank you for watching this. And please let us know if any scammers ever bother you, if they call you. If you find any scammer websites, please report those matters on my website, scammerblaster.com.